I thought it was a hard-fought game, good team win. It took all three phases to win that game, and we knew playing the Broncos, it was going to be physical. But I thought the offense, I thought they made plays when they needed to make plays. Defense bended but did not break. And I thought the special teams made their kicks and covered well, and I had a nice return. So I credit all three phases for that win, and I thought the guys hung in there and did a good job. We talked about focus, finish, and fight, and I thought I saw all three things on the football field. Questions?
All right, Cam Buford.
Hey, Coach, congratulations on another victory. This is your third straight game-winning drive in 3 consecutive weeks. Elaborate on that resolve that you talked about your team having all season long. They're finally showing up here in the last few weeks of the season.
It's always been there. It's just, we just haven't executed some down the stretch. But it's good to see that the hard work is paying off for these young men because they work hard now. And situational awareness and things like that. We practice those drills all the time, and you can see that playing out on the football field. It's nice to see.
Yeah, congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
Gilbert.
Hey, Anthony, I guess is it tough to kind of look away from the double-digit blown lead again, or do you kind of focus on the comeback victory?
It's NFL, and you got to play 4 quarters, and that double-digit lead don't mean anything unless you finish the game. But I would love to have some games to be not so close. It's a little nerve-wracking going down to the wire every week, but that's the way it's been. It's the National Football League.
From your point of view, what do you think kind of happened towards the second half to kind of lose that lead? It seemed like the offense was a little shaky too.
I give Denver a lot of credit. They have found ways to get pressure with that front four a lot. That was a concern. It doesn't matter who's in there, Bradley Chubb or whoever. They're going to get to the quarterback somehow, and they're pretty good with their blitz packages. And they kept the pressure on us, and they slowed us down in the run game. So it was scary there for a little while, but we found a way to move the ball and make a play when we needed to.
And many people question your choice of sticking with Michael Badgley, but today he had 4 field goals made. I guess talk about Michael Badgley and what he did today.
It's typical Mike. He bounced back, and he's a tough young man, tough-minded, mentally tough, and we respected him to bounce back, and he did, and we needed him today, and he came through.
Thank you, Anthony.
Sure.
Popper.
Hey, Anthony. Defensively, I know you mentioned that your group bended but didn't break. Just how satisfied were you with the performance, though? Obviously, you kept the points down, but it seemed like you benefited from a few drops, even one there on that final drive.
Well, I tell you, some of those drops, was forced by our players in tight coverage, and we dropped a couple that we could have had. I felt like, but I thought we could have slowed them down better in the run game. That was a concern for me when we came in at halftime, was how we going to slow these people down. Thought we made some adjustments, and we did slow them down some. But 3rd and longs, we have to be better in those situations. But like I said, the longer they stayed out there on the field, the better they got, and they kept the guys out of the end zone.
Justin set the rookie passing touchdown record today for a season with 28. Obviously, this season hasn't gone how you wanted record-wise, but as a head coach, do you take any pride in Justin's growth and development in play this season?
I'm glad we have the young man. He works his tail off. He listens. He goes out and he tries to execute the game plan the best he can. I give him all the credit in the world. I mean, his position coach, Shane, they've done a good job with him. So I'm pleased with his performance, but I'd like to have a few more W's. Yeah, sure.
And I just wanted to ask you about a series of 4th down decisions in the second half. You decided to go for it on a 4th and 8. Justin scrambled for that first down. Mm-hmm. You got down to the goal line and 4th and goal from the 2. You decided to kick the field goal, and then on the ensuing possession, you punted on 4th and 1. I just wanted to know, why go for it on that 4th and 8, but not go for it on those other 2 situations?
It was a field position is what we had on the field. We could punt the ball there. We have to take a chance of downing the ball inside the 10 or the 5 or them getting the ball on the 20-yard line, a little bit outside of our field goal range. So that was an easy decision for me to make that call on that 4th and 7 right there. But at 4th and 2, I feel like at that time, if we could go up by 2 scores, 2 touchdowns, then that would give us a better chance. So I wanted to make sure we came away with some points right there.
And then the 4th and
it's okay.
that 4th and 1 that you punted on. that was on the next possession. You tried to throw it to Mike. It got batted down on that 3rd and 1, and then you had a 4th and 1. You got
Yeah. It's just some of these are, we're looking at how we're moving the football in the running game and what we're doing. And they were doing a heck of a job in our quick passing game of getting their hands up and tipping balls all day. So I give them credit for that. But at the same time, they were shooting the gaps downhill with the linebackers and hurting our running game. So did not want to take a chance there. I was going to depend on my defense and not punt the ball.
It just seemed like you guys were a little more aggressive throwing the ball on early downs and first downs this week. Was that part of the game plan, or is that sort of just how it resulted in the play calling over the course of the game?
Justin will go to the line of scrimmage with 2 or 3 plays, and a lot of times those plays are run plays mixed with passes. And if we get the coverage we want, he'll go to the pass. And we get the look we want in the run game, we'll run the football. I thought they did a heck of a job with their front 7 because we had some really good run looks. And I thought we would do a better job of running the ball, but we started hitting them with some run action in the second half on first downs with some of those looks, and I thought it paid off.
Thank you.
Sure.
Now Jeff Miller.
Anthony, we all know what you guys were missing on the edge defensively today. Just in that light, how did you feel about the defense's performance, given that, you were trying to figure out ways to try to get some pressure on Locke?
Well, and that's something that we have to look at, Jeff, because even if you don't have Joey or Melvin Ingram or whoever, we still got to find ways to get to the quarterback. And that's one of the things that we didn't do as good of a job of tonight was pressure the quarterback. So we still got to find ways to get that done, whether it's through blitzes or dogs or whatever. And
then a lot of this season, we've been asking you about not being able to win 1-score games. You've won 4 in a row now. What is it? I'm not sure what the word is. Does that make you happy? Are you just frustrated that it didn't come sooner? Or?
No, I'm not. I'm obviously happy to win games. I don't care how we win them. I just want to win games. But every now and then, I would like to win one that's not a 1-score game. Sure.
And is it, Anthony? What do you think it says? Just the fact that you've been able to. You've turned that stat around completely.
I think you give the guys in the locker room a lot of credit, Jeff. Those guys work their tails off. And, we've been through a lot. This year has been a very unusual season for us, but I think it's made them stronger. I love the way they're finishing down the stretch, and we plan on doing the same thing next week.
Thanks.
Sure.
Last one for you, Coach. Joe Reedy.
Anthony, how big was that interception by Hayward on that first drive to get the red zone stop there?
It was nice to get that interception, that turnover early, to keep them out of the end zone. It was really nice. And so, as Casey, he has those ball skills, and he's always around the ball. And so it's a big play for him and us.
Just 3 straight games now with an interception. How much of it is, all the defense working together to get pressure? Is it kind of combination of lucky deflections, or
some of it has been in the right place at the right time, and when you have a lot of young players on the field, it takes time to get to that point. And I can see our young guys are coming around now, assignment wise, not making as many mistakes, and they're in the right positions, and I believe that's a big part of it.
And then it sounded like when we talked to you after the Raiders game, you were going to evaluate Badgley. Just over that weekend, did you have a talk with them, or just what was the decision? Kind of, did he restore the faith in you?
Yeah. I spoke with him, and I was encouraging because I know this young man has the skill set to kick in this league, and you have to look at under the circumstances that we're under right now, you're not going to just go get a kicker, bring him in, and kick for you this week. I don't even think that we can see them for the first 6 days. So that's not that's not an easy thing to do this year. So you got to take the guys that you have, and you got to develop them, and you got to trust them and have confidence in those guys. And that's what we did with Mike.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Coach.